Hey guys, Houndooned here, coming at you once again with another episode of Pokémon Black 2. On the last episode we explored the latter half of the Giant Chasm and also managed to finish the main story. No spoilers, but if you want some, they're in the previous episode. In this episode we're going to be heading through Route 23, which is the final route of the game. Main story game. Electra's fine. So this is going to be a long episode, just a warning. Okay, well it doesn't matter right now, but for future reference, this girl here, as I mentioned on the last episode, is a rest house. So if you wish to get some healing after the Giant Chasm, or if you just need it in general, then you can get some right there. Now if you have Cut, then you can get this item, but you can also get it if you have Surf as well. There's a heart scale there for you. Now you are going to half require Cut on this route. You don't require it, but it'll open up pretty much half of the route if you have Cut. So I will probably be getting a Pokemon with Cut. Maybe, I don't know. I may teach it to a Pokemon. We'll see what I feel like, basically. But as you can expect, there are a few trainers on this route, so be prepared for them. There's a nice TM you can get on this route. There's also 3 new Pokemon. This guy is one of them, which is Throw. Very bulky fighting type Pokemon. Oh, Endure, for God's sake. Not like it matters at this range, but still. Or it did. Oh, for God's sake! That has to happen, doesn't it? Like, it has to endure when I actually get a critical hit, which would have mattered. Ugh. Whatever. Ahaha! Pokemon are such fun. Or so much fun. I don't really know or care. Right. So moving swiftly on. Despite what you may think, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ever done this, but this is not a cave. I used to think it was, but I don't think it is. It is basically just the side of the cliff matching up with that giant rock that's there, so yeah, I'm slightly stupid, but hey, what the hey. Okay, so we have an Emolga here. Lovely. So, as you might expect, the levels of the Pokemon here have jumped quite significantly. There is some dark grass here where you can find some Pokemon which are as high as level 56. So you can do quite well here if you need some new Pokemon for your team. You can get quite a good mix of Pokemon here. There's Pokemon such as let me think. Well, there's the 3 new Pokemon: Bouffalance, Stalk, and Throw. And then you can also get Mienfoo and Mienshao. You can also get Gligar. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, well that's not going to matter now since I'm going to die of this Hydro Pump. Alright, who can take this Jellicent out? Blu-ray, you have Water Absorb. Just air slash this thing to death. Right, what else? You can get some other things here. I can't think off the top of my head. You can get Golduck here, and Amoonguss. You can get Amoonguss. And you can also get the first evolutions of the big birds you're able to catch on Route 4, which are Vullaby and Rufflet, which are the pre-evolutions for Mandibars and Braviary. So if you didn't pick them up earlier, or you didn't want them with their hidden ability, then feel free to pick them up here. They're not going to be covered as new Pokemon though, simply because I've already covered them, so there's not much point. So yeah, there's a big range of Pokemon here. So if you want to patch up your team, if you've noticed you've got a big weakness to something, then feel free to do it here. Or the Giant Chasm, of course. Giant Chasm has a lot of Pokemon to offer. It's times like these I wish I had Giga Drain on you. I think you can learn Giga Drain. I think you can. Probopass. Okay. I'm going to go into Ignite here. Despite the rock weakness. Almost level 52. Right, let's go for Flamethrower. Should do a nice chunk. Lock on. Okay, well, I'm not too bothered by that. So, carrying on. Down it goes, and up to level 52. Okay. Ho ho, or hi ho, I didn't really catch that. Okay, so, if you have surf, which for God's sake I hope you do, you can mosey on over here and just quickly. Oh, it's above. Here, now this is a very good house. Talk to this guy and he will give you TM35 for Flamethrower, a fantastic move. Fire type Pokemon, fire type move rather, I was looking at the Haxorus. That is very powerful, 95 power, and is 100% accurate with plenty of PP. So it is the perfect move. My Ignite already knows it, but it's going on Electra and getting rid of Acrobatics. So that means my Electra's moveset is now complete, which is good. So we'll say goodbye to the Haxorus and the old guy now. And we will head further north up these stairs here. Oh, hello. I'm about to be ambushed. Hieroglyph's fine. Hello, hello. This is the concerto I perform with my most beloved Pokemon. Well, good. Please show me it. Juliet. Oh, Swanner. Cool. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Let's give it a nice swift Psychic though. Brave Bird. Ugh. Hopefully that doesn't do too much. It wasn't too bad. Would have been nice if I was on full health, but what the hey. Okay, well it looks like I'm going down. I don't know whether that Swanner is though. I hope not. In fact I doubt it. Oh damn. Okay, fine. Let us send out Krusty Krab. Oh, good choice. Into the Garvantula. Let's go for a Rock Slide after this stupid Unnerve. Oh, you still have Strength. That's not a good thing. I'm going to keep it on you for Victory Road, but after that I must get rid of it and put Dig back on you. Cool. Your side is much more in harmony. Well, thank you. Dowsing Machine is in the flowers. You can pick yourself up a rare candy, which is always useful. Just going to revive Electra. I can't be bothered to go back to the rest house. Do I have any revives? Any at all? Just maxes. Right, fine. Forcing me into it, I will go to the rest house. I could cut away, but that means more editing, and quite frankly it's not that difficult to watch through 30 seconds of me running, so we will just have to grit our teeth and bear with it. Bear it, I mean, not bear with it. Yeah, they're not in perfect condition, so please make them perfect condition. Yes, good, thank you. Right. So, onwards we go. Okay. I think to save time, I think we'll put the Pokemon reviews for this episode at the tail end. I've done that before and it usually works out quite well because we're not going to explore anywhere else. Prepare to be ambushed. Oh no, it's an Amoonguss, which is a very high level Amoonguss, as you can see. Feel free to pick this thing up. Still recommend other grass types, but at level 56 you can't really do wrong. I just won a battle back there, so I'm feeling good. Well, good. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to make it so that you lose this next battle. Sork. What a time to get rid of acrobatics. Alright, a close combat is coming my way, but we're going to discharge anyway. Oh, quick guard, okay, fine. Whatever you want. Hopefully we can paralyse this thing. Or not. Oh good, the endure failed. Thank God for that. Right. Moving on. Up to level 52. Oh, whatever. I'm in a terrible mood now. That was my intention. Okay. So we have some iron here. Go ahead and iron your Pokemon. If you have cut, you can take a little bit of a shortcut. However, you don't necessarily want to take that shortcut, because there is a little something coming up, which is quite good. Do you see it? You should. You've seen enough of them. Go away, Meanfu! I do not need you. I would splatter you all over the walls, whatever non-existent walls there are, but I need to... Oh, there's a wall over there. I can splatter you against that. I need to go in the Hidden Grotto. So, you can find some damp mulch. But, Pokemon-wise, you can find yourself a Gligar with immunity, which is a fantastic addition to your team. Once it's evolved, of course. You can find Golduck with... I don't know what hidden ability it has. I'm thinking Cloud9, but it's not Cloud9. Swift Swim, that's it, Swift Swim. You can also find yourself an Absol with Justified, a Zangoose with Toxic Boost, another fantastic ability for it, and then also a Seviper with... is it Infiltrator? I think it's Infiltrator. So yeah. This looks suspicious, and it is! Hello. I've been waiting for this very moment. Well, good. Don't let me disappoint. Steve. Stunfisk. Lovely. Okay, let's Giga Drain that thing. I don't even know what the hell that is. I mean, just really. It looks like it should be a water type, but it's not. It's ground. Waiting there, ready for you to step on it so it can make that judgmental face and also sting you, I guess, with its electric nature. Amoonguss. Okay, we'll stay in for this. Try out our new flamethrower. Right. Looking good. Solar Beam, I could care less. Flamethrower again, before it gets to Solar Beam. I forgot what move it was using there. That's useful. Right, get out of here. I had been waiting for... yeah. I've been waiting for this. Waiting to give a gift to someone. Is that really what you were waiting for? I've been lying in wait for ages beside a hidden item, and Amoonguss couldn't pull off a better ambush, right? Nah, I don't think so. But behind him is TM5 for Roar, a very useless TM unless you like competitive play. But if you do like competitive play, it will force you to have a negative priority, so much so that you will always go last. It's basically a non-attacking Dragon Tail, which means that it's quite good for any Pokemon that doesn't have any attacking power. However, it's not good because it means that you can be taunt bait. Like if you get taunted, you can't use it, basically. Old trainer embarking on the path to Victory Road, won't you show me your true power? Maybe I will. Lena, okay. Floatzel, I haven't seen one of you in a while. Unfortunately, you picked the wrong Pokemon to mess with here. Although this is gonna hurt. Not as bad as I thought. Still fair amount of damage, but not as bad as I thought. Unfortunately for you, though, you are out of here. And a Lucario, interesting. Okay, let's go into Hieroglyph here, since she is the only one who isn't level 52. Let's go for a Psychic. I swear I'm like the only person who has not done, not used Lucario in an LP of Black 2 and White 2. Everybody's used one. I mean, To be fair, I did end up using one for my very first playthrough of White 2. But still, I love Lucario. Such a great Pokemon. I don't know anyone who doesn't like Lucario. Another Citrus Berry for you there. And as she says, Backcheck Gates are right to our north. However, as you can see, we do need Cut. Now, I am going to teach Cut to one of my Pokemon, as long as I can fit it in to my moveset somewhere. Man, do I need to sort my TMs. Okay. I will teach you Cut and get rid of Flamethrower, since that's a TM move. I can replace it at any time. However, I'm going to switch you around so that you're not at the top. I'm going to place Ignite up the front. And we're going to Cut. Just so that I can put the Backcheck Gates at the end of this episode, just because I feel like it would look slightly better. Okay. So, for this route, you're going to need, well, Cut, obviously. But you're also going to need yourself an Ultra Ball. No, you're going to need yourself Strength and Surf as well. You need Strength. Well, okay, no. You don't need any TMs to get through the route, but if you want to get all of the extras, then you will definitely want to have Surf, particularly Surf, but then also have Cut and Strength. Oh look, Ignite, it's your buddy. Or your son. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, how the hell is that thing faster than me? Well, actually, isn't Magmar faster than Magmortar? I don't remember. This is bugging me though. How are you doing so much damage? I know the sun's up, but still. Bye bye anyway. And a Mamoswine. Oh, hello. You picked the wrong Pokemon to set up some with. This is going to fry your Mamoswine. Whoa, massive amount of experience there. Cool. I could not protect my pride. I'm mortified. Well, it's not my problem. If you suck, you suck. It's got nothing to do with me. Alright, Conker, you're up. Let's do this. This place is a maze. What do we have here? A Gligar. A female Gligar just does not suit at all. Also, there's like some Pokemon that can be either gender, but you just think they shouldn't be at that gender at all. Like Zangoose is one of them. Gerda, I think Gerda can be female, which is even weirder. And also things like Absol as well. I don't really imagine Absol to be female. But hey. I also think that the evolutions should all be female. Like all of them, all the time. And I think they are actually more common to be male as well, which is really weird. Or at least Eevee is. Like Eevee suits it, but the rest of them don't. Okay, Scrafty. Let's go into Blu-ray here. And let's go for an Air Slash. Dispose of this thing. Crunch, I could care less. Bye bye. Whatever it is that you're chewing. You took a win from me. Ah, so frustrating. Well, as I said to the guy who was further up, it's not my fault that you suck. HP up right there though. Let's get our Daz machine on. Oh, hello, running into rocks and trees and everything. I hate this maze so much. So presumably you can avoid having cut here, although you need cut to get through this route, to get to this part of the route, so whatever. Boulder. Oh, how bouldoring, for God's sake. Oh, Conker, you're not supposed to still be up. Alright, either way, get rid of this boulder. Sandstorm. Whatever, I don't really care. The sandstorm is so boring, it's making me yawn. Get out of here. And an Aggron. I have very few things to deal with an Aggron actually, but I think I'm going to pick Electra for the job here. And let's just go for a Discharge. I'm going to pick Discharge over Superpower just because this thing has a lot of physical defense. Or Totemize. Whatever you like. Now let's go for a Superpower. Spread the PP around here. Cool. Okay, right, I'm going to do a bit of a switch around here because Conker no longer needs to be up front. If I can get my words out properly. Alright, Hieroglyph, you can go back up. Let's cut this tree down. Oh god, it's an Amoongus. Lovely! Go away! No one liked you, Amoongus. Well, some people do, but they're weird. Okay, some more cut needed here. Why, I don't really know. I've already proven that I have cut to get here. Why do I need to prove I have cut again? Like, for God's sake. Unfortunately, I think this may be the wrong way. Let's do this first. Actually, I can't work out where that boulder's supposed to go. Like, which boulder is going in there? No, it is supposed to go in there. Wait, no, hang on. Oh, that boulder's supposed to go down there. So where's that one supposed to go? Oh, in there. Okay, fine. Fine. So let's do what we were going to do then. Let's push that over there. Can't do anything with it now. But need to go the opposite way. This is a bit of a maze. We still have a trainer to fight, which I have missed. Let's push this in. Let's get that item. Let's set my dowser machine off. Yellow shard, cool. Right, now let's push that other boulder in. Oh, I need to do this. Should have done that in the first place. I'm so smart. Oh, I love failing at mazes. Right. Now I need to go back on myself again. Oh god, this is such an excruciating puzzle. Why do they have to make this so annoying? I'm sure it's not normally this difficult. Well, it's not difficult, it's just frustrating. Now, how the hell am I supposed to get back up there? I can't push that boulder up. I can't push that boulder across. Is there any way to get back to where I was supposed to be? So I can't skip over the ledges. I can't push that up. The only way that I can figure out how to do this is if I push that all the way across, which actually dooms me. Because I can't move that anywhere now. Alright, fine, we will do this in 2 sections. Fine, I didn't really particularly want to go to the bad check gates yet, but it looks like I'm going to have to, because I do not want to have to go all the way back to Lacunosa Town and then run all the way back again. That's going to be even more frustrating, so let's not do that. And instead, let's pick up this green shard. Oh, actually, I don't need to go to the bad check gates, I can just go around this way. Never mind. Why am I not using repels? What is wrong with me? I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Repels! Repels, repels, repels! No, not blue shard. Super repel. For God's sake, stay on. Why I wasn't using you before, I have no idea. Right, let's do this the right way this time. Right, actually no, I can't do it the right way. However, I will push in as many blocks as I can, just so that I can save myself the job later. And let's also fight that trainer that I forgot to fight. Right, that can go there just for now. Hello, hello. I'm not nervous. I can fight the Pokemon League in my sleep. Scolipede. Pick the right Pokemon here. Okay, let's go for a Psychic. Steamroller, I don't care about that. Whoa, that did a lot. Either way, you are going down. Bye bye, big bug. And an Arcanine. Interesting. Okay, let's go into Blu-ray, and then I have Krusty as a backup, just in case this thing possibly has Wild Charge. Although a Flare Blitz from this thing could hurt still. Either way, let's go for a Surf. Extreme Speed, okay. Whatever you want to do. That's not a 2-hit KO, so... Although that is... Aha. Well done, Blu-ray. Hanging on by thread right there. Right. Let's go back on myself again. So I don't really remember where I screwed myself over, but in any case... So now I need to just basically get that over there. And to do that I'm going to have to leave this area, so... Don't go too far, don't go too far. I'm trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible. Well, it's not a spoiler, it's just I really do feel like I want to climax this episode with what's going to happen at the Bad Check Gates. So, now, how do I do this? This needs to go one square over, and then go all the way around, and then push this in. If I remember correctly, this is for something really stupid like the TM for Taunt. Like, as if I give a damn about Taunt. I am not doing any competitive play. There's another trainer, which is a sort of bonus, I guess. Oh, a person! I haven't met another person in so long. Are you blind? There's one right down there. You're a trainer, aren't you? Then let's battle. If we must. Alright, Tiffany, let's do this. Why do you have a girder? Why is that not a Conkelder? Really? Really? Take a Psychic. Oh no, by that I do not mean you can take my Psychic Bird. Just take a Psychic move. And a Mienshao. God, I hate Mienshao. Annoying Pokemon. Frustrating. Huh? Maybe my instincts have grown dull after so long. Or maybe your eyes have gone so dull after so long. There is a Pokemon Ranger right down there, you blind bat. What is this? I almost missed it. Ooh, a Max Potion. Woohoo! This was totally worth coming all this way for. PP up, okay, well that's slightly better. Why don't I just skip over there? Here's the dark grass. Like you haven't waited long enough to find it. There's a Sulk. I don't really care about you, Sulk, though. You were the second Pokemon I caught for my... yeah, Taunt. Exactly. I came all this way and did an extra like 10 minutes of film just for effing Taunt. For God's sake. Anyway, as I was saying, Sulk was the second Pokemon I caught in my Pokemon White, and it took ages for me to find it because you had to do it in the shaken grass only 5% of the time. So I got all my Pokemon to level 25 in time for the second gym. That was nice. Far too over leveled. It all balanced out by the end of the game though. It was a bit like Fire Red, but not too much. Wasn't quite as bad as that. Alright, so after that dire route, we are here in Victory Road, but not really. It's Bagcheck Gates. You came. The Pokemon League is just past Victory Road. Pokemon battles do nothing more than hurt Pokemon. That's how I understood it, and that's why I hated battles. But it's not that simple. Pokemon battles decide winners and losers, it's true. Yet they do so much more. Your Pokemon. You! Your opponents, and their Pokemon. Everyone can see what wonderful things the others have to contribute. That's right, accepting different ideas, different beings, changes the world like a chemical reaction. Pokemon battles are like a catalyst, a small component that leads to big changes. My friend Zekrom taught me that, and it's the formula I've derived from travelling the world. I want you to think for yourself about what it means. Here, take this with you. The new Victory Road has areas that are only accessible with Waterfall. And just like that, he will give you the HM for Waterfall. Yes! If it's your Pokemon and you will get past the Pokemon League and recognise your own ideals. That's what I see in store for you. Bye bye, N. Alright, so there is a new Victory Road, as N has said. The old one collapsed and there was a landslide. So, there is also a new Bagcheck Gates. So, and it's much more jazzier than the one before. I did used to like how the music built up before though. I used to really like that. This scans you in. And I really like this. Looks pretty cool. Jet badge. Legend badge. Wave badge. You'd think the gate would just open rather than just destroy everything. Alright, so down there is Victory Road. However, first of all, your probably first point of call is over here, which is going to be the Pokémon Center. There's also a mart where you can buy all your supplies for Victory Road. You can also get yourself some extra items, which we will get since we may as well. However, the next episode will not be Victory Road. It will be a new place that we can explore with Waterfall. Well, in fact, it's places that we can explore with Waterfall. Since we can do that now. I don't care about that anymore. The big place is going to be the Abundant Shrine, which is a place we can now visit. We can find a couple of new Pokémon there, which are interesting additions to your team. However, after that, we will then explore the Victory Road and the very few new Pokemon you can actually find there. Lots of Pokemon, but not very many new ones. Oh, this is so confusing. PP up, Duskstone. Got some cool items. Oh, hello. Some more iron. Oops. Ugh. I hate mazes. Right. Now. And a star piece. But don't think that's all of it, because right around here, you won't have noticed this, there is a little winding road that leads to TM1 for Hone Claws. Make sure you pick that up, because it is very easily missed. Unless you do some very good searching, you will miss it. Don't know why I came back in here. So, that is it for this episode. On the next episode, as I said, we will be exploring places that we can now see with Waterfall, which are very few places. There's a place on Route 20. There is a place in the what's it called? Lost Lawn Forest, and there is also the Abundant Shrine. And I think that is basically it. Needing Waterfall is quite rare in this game, but we will need it in the not Abundant Shrine. Of course, we'll need it in the Abundant Shrine. I meant the Victory Road. So you may want to keep it around. But we're pretty much done for this episode, so until the next time, I will see you then, guys. One of the new Pokemon you can find on Route 23 is Bouffalant. Bouffalant is a normal type and can have the abilities either Reckless or Sap Sipper with Soundproof as a hidden ability. It can be found on Route 23 as well as also the Route 9 Hidden Grotto in Black 2 and White 2, and also can be found on Route 10 in Black and White 1. When looking at Bouffalant's stats, you can see that it is clearly meant to be a bulky attacker, having very, very good defensive stats for a Pokemon who's clearly meant to be offensive. Speaking of which, it does have a very good, very respectable physical attack stat of base 110. It's quite slow, but as you can see, it can definitely take hits quite well, especially having only one weakness. Obviously, it doesn't have any resistances, but that's not necessarily a big problem. Bouffalant also has a fantastic set of abilities. Reckless means that its signature move Head Charge will do even more damage. Unfortunately, it also means you'll take more recoil, but that's not necessarily a big deal. Of course, if you don't wish to take recoil, you always have the reliable return. Whereas Sap Sipper means that you're immune to every single grass type move, including status moves such as Stun Sport and Sleep Powder, which is a very good ability to have. And then to top it all off, it will even give you a physical attack boost. So yeah, Bouffalant also has a pretty good move pool. It can learn, I think it can learn Mega Horn as well as also Earthquake. I'm pretty sure it can also learn Super Power as well, but I may be thinking of something else. Bouffalant is an interesting Pokemon. Its move pool isn't anything spectacular, but it definitely has the things it needs to work. It also has a great stat spread, could do with being a bit faster, but it doesn't really need the speed as such. Yeah, Bouffalant is definitely a Pokemon worth considering. However, the only thing that really bothers me about Bouffalant is the fact that you have to wait so late in the game to get one. It would be much better if you could get it earlier on in the game, because of its phenomenal stat spread. I mean, you can get something like Heracross very early on in the game, and it has a similar-ish stat spread. But yeah, Bouffalant is well worth considering and is definitely one of the better normal types in the game. Bouffalant will get 4 stars.
Another new Pokemon you can find on Route 23 is Throw. Throw is a fighting type and can have the abilities either Guts or Inner Focus, with Mold Breaker as a hidden ability. Can be found in Victory Road in both games, but can only be found on routes 15, 18 and 23, as well as also the Pinwheel Forest exterior in White 2. However, you can catch it very rarely in the Shaken Grass in Black 2. In Black and White 1 it can be found in routes 10, 15 and 18, as well as also the Pinwheel Forest exterior, but only in White. However, again, you can find it very rarely in the Shaken Grass in Black. When looking at Throw stats, you can see that it's a very, very bulky Pokemon, having very, very good defensive stats, as well as also a very high base 120 HP stat. Its physical attack is nothing to sneeze at either, being base 100, which is pretty good. It's quite slow though, but that's something you'd expect for such a defensive Pokemon. Throw is actually the bulkiest fighting type Pokemon in the entire game, if you don't count Arceus. So yeah, Throw has some merit in that way. However, being a bulky fighting type isn't necessarily anything fantastic, as it has quite common weaknesses, Flying and Psychic. However, it's not that bad. I mean, it doesn't really have anything that is particularly amazing kind of defensively, except its semi-signature move Circle Throw. But it can learn some interesting moves, I guess. It has a pretty good attacking move pool, like most fighting types. It can learn moves such as, I can't really remember any fighting type moves off the top of my head, but it can learn Superpower. It can learn Storm Throw as well, which is quite interesting. It's essentially a fighting type physical Frost Breath, if that appeals to you. You can also teach it moves such as Earthquake and Rock Slide as well. So yeah, Throw is interesting. It's not amazing, especially compared to the other fighting type on this route, and it's also nowhere near as good as Pokemon such as Heracross. So yeah, Throw was much better in Black and White 1 because you could catch it so early on in the game, which made it much better. But in Black and White 2 it's really kind of slid down a slippery slope because of its relatively poor move pool and not fantastic physical attack stat. It doesn't compare anything to its counterpart Sork or Heracross, so Throw kind of is, yeah, it's slipped down. In Black and White 1 I would give it 3 stars, but in Black and White 2 it's only going to be able to get 2. The final new Pokemon you can find in Route 23 is Sork. Sork is a fighting type and can have the abilities either Sturdy or Inner Focus, with Mold Breaker as a hidden ability. It can be found on routes 15, 18 and 23, as well as also the Pinwheel Forest exterior in Black 2. It can only be found very rarely in the Shaken Grass in White 2 in those areas. It can also be found in the Victory Road, but again only in the Shaken Grass rarely, but in both games. Can also be found on routes 10, 15 and 18, as well as also the Pinwheel Forest exterior in Black and White 1, but only in Black 1. It can be found in the Shaken Grass rarely in White 1. When looking at Sork stats, you can see that they're kind of similar to Heracross's, having very high physical attack of base 125. It also has a relatively average speed stat of base 85. Its defences aren't incredible, but it can take some hits, especially with Sturdy hanging around. Sork is great. It would be much better if you could catch it at the same point you could in Black and White 1, because in Black and White 1 it was a fantastic Pokemon to get. It learned some amazing moves very early on, had phenomenal stats, and also had Sturdy to take pretty much any hit you needed to, and then just retaliate with a huge move. However, in Black and White 2 you pretty much catch it at the other end of the game. You catch it at the very end, which is not good when you essentially had exposure to every other fighting type you have available, such as Lucario and Heracross. So Sork has kind of slipped, really, especially in terms of its stats. Its stats look much better in Black and White 1 because of how good they are, whereas in Black and White 2 they're pretty much identical to Heracross's, except Heracross has a pretty much unresisted move pool. As well as also that, it also has a secondary stab type move. So yeah, Sork is great, but it's nothing close to what it used to be. In Black and White 1 I would give it 5 stars, no question, it was just that good. However, in Black and White 2 it's only going to be able to get about 3.5.